What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Take a look at this particular picture, this participant. Shout out to Tanya. I want you to look at her before and after. This was a recent graduate of our 4-day turn up. She's a lioness. Yes, she's a lioness. And she's a recent graduate of the 4-day turn up. Congratulations to her. Look at the drastic difference. You see where she started, you see where she ends. All right. And what you have to understand about that is that's 40 days, technically 38 days. So the first thing I want to say before I get into the essence of this particular transformation lab is when you're transforming, I don't care what it is, if you're losing weight, if you're trying to get off of alcohol, if you're trying to get off of drugs, if you're trying to change your life in any way, the quicker and the more drastic your changes are, the quicker you're going to get results. It's always the results in the transformational process that keeps you in the process. One of the major reasons why people don't lose weight over time is because they're losing ounces, and they've been dieting for 3 months and they've lost 2-3 pounds. No one has time for that. When you have a plan, when you have a strategy, when you have the accountability, when you have the structure, when you're part of the ethos or the environment that can encourage you to where you're getting great results week after week after week, it keeps you in the process. Shout out to Tanya for putting in the work. Okay, that's why you see, and I'm certain where she is now mentally is she's like, let me keep going. And that's the key to it. So one of the things with people who are coming through the process, we don't have time to piddle around. And one of the things that Tanya has said in this particular post, you may not be able to see it, but I'll paraphrase it for you. She says that now she's no longer on a C-PAP machine. We're going to talk about that. And she says that soon she'll be off blood pressure medication. I hope I'm paraphrasing that correctly. If I'm not, Tanya, forgive me, but I think I am. Now, CPAP machine is something we need to talk about. A CPAP machine is something that people who struggle with sleep apnea or AP, whenever you see a, not, or without, inability to sleep. It's basically a machine that is attached to your nose, forces air down your throat so you can breathe. You go in, you get a sleep study. They put all these cords on you and they monitor how many times you wake up. And then when you wake up, the doctor says, or the analysis says that, you woke up 50 times throughout the night, or 20 times, or 80 times. And our studies show that the more you wake up through the night, that the more it increases the likelihood of heart attack and stroke. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing can sell people quicker than fear. Now, I'm not saying that people who have sleep apnea are not predisposed to heart attack and stroke. But what I'm saying is what makes your health better at that stage is not the fact that you're on a CPAP machine, but it's on the fact that you're making the changes in your life to become healthy naturally and organically. Who wants to sleep with something blowing air down your throat? Think about that. Who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. You should be able in your life to sleep wherever you want, when you want, how you want, comfortably. All right. When you go back and you look at our ancestors, they weren't outside under the stars on a machine. Okay. But they also didn't struggle with the level of obesity that we do today. And there are other issues. People are too big. We are too big in this society, especially in the West. We eat all the time. Nobody likes food more than me, but I can't eat what I want all of the time. But I've gotten to the point to where I had to change my mindset to be okay. And now it's just as gratifying to me to eat to the point to where I'm not full. I don't want to feel the food in my stomach. That's too much. I'm not trying to be in a feast mentality every time I sit down to eat. I'm overindulging myself every single time. I get tired of eating breakfast, thinking about lunch, eating lunch, thinking about dinner. We're living in a society where people are addicted to food. And when you address those issues, then you can slowly unfold how the medical industry is making major dollars off of ancillary obesity type of health problems like sleep apnea. That's a whole market All right. We can sell machines too. We can get money from the insurance. All right. Let's not deal with the person being overweight. Let's give them a machine to blow oxygen down their throat so they won't choke. And let's tell them that if we do this, then they won't have a heart attack or a stroke. Okay, I understand what the science says, and I respect the medical doctors, but at the end of the day, that's not the way. The way is to change your lifestyle like Tanya did. The way is to incorporate structure in your life like Tanya did. All right. She's able to get a major change like being able to sleep at night without a machine. That's huge. And we got to address other issues like hypertension. Hypertension is one of the major causes of insomnia. Hypertension is one of the when you're hypertensive, the body's always in an excited state. It can't relax. It can't calm down. Hormones are out of balance when blood sugar is always high. All right, the endocrine system, or the system that governs hormones, is always out of whack. You can't relax. Your body can't sleep. You have all of these interruptions. So it's not just the weight that's creating it, but it's the hormonal manifestations that happen as a byproduct of unhealthy living and eating. So once again, if you're trying to change something in the physical realm, it starts with the spiritual one. How I'm thinking, how I am viewing things, my perspectives in life. So salute to Tanya for doing a great job, for showing us how it's done, for getting it done soon. She is recapturing her health. She's no longer on a C-PAP machine, and she's on her way to be drug-free in terms of pharmaceutical drugs. So shout out to her. Thank you, Tanya. We salute you. What a great inspiration you are to many, many others. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of Transformation Lab. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.